Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today I'm going to draw Bart Simpson from Simpsons and featuring in Fortnite at the moment. I'm going to do Bart with his cool little sort of robo exoskeleton. I'm going to have him up the top here in the command center, and then the legs and the arms coming out this way. So I'm going to go in at the top. I'm going to start with his nose. So I'm going to go in about here. Just going to draw a nice little sort of curve around this way, right? So if I start there, work out, go around to about here. Next up, let's have a look at the eyes. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to start off on this left hand side, draw a nice circular eye around this way. So I'm going to go just over to the left a bit of the midsection of the nose. Just start drawing a nice curved eye in. Back up to the nose area there. And over on the right, I'm going to go around this way. Okay, let's go out eye around there. So probably just eclipses it right here. Go up and around. Cool. Next up, just going to pop two little pupils in. There we go there. And then either side of the eyes, he's got little brows, and these are signified by a little curve up here and a little curve just up there. Next up, we're going to go upwards, draw that familiar hairline. So I'm going to go up, just come out a bit from where we just drawn there, and I'm going to come up like that, and then I'm gonna come up again. Probably we go from the side here, we're gonna go probably from about this point here up to there. So I get my pen, draw a nice line up here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that signature zigzag look. So I'm just gonna come in here, come in there, and then I'm going to go and draw up and down, a little sort of triangular effect up and down there. There we go. We've got that signature Bart hairline. Next up here, I'm going to just pop his ear in. It just comes out from the line we've made here. Nice little small ear curve out. A little bit of a couple of lines inside there just to show the inner part of the ear. Then I'm going to come down like that, just draw down where his neck is. On this side, I'm going to come down, just draw sort of like the cheek area to the lip. So that comes down from about here, down like that. And then what we're going to do is draw a nice curve for his mouth here. So come along from about this point, nice curve like that. Now over on this side, I'm just going to come in a bit, and I'm going to draw his lower lip just down there, and then come down where his neck is to there. And what I do have, there's a little bit of his mouth with his teeth underneath that lip. So I'm going to come out about here, and I'm going to come around just underneath it, come around there and in. Then I'm just going to just pop a little sort of further line in on the right, and then one on the left there. And we've got that famous Bart face. Now, he's sitting in this cool chair for this little robot contraption. So I'm going to first of all just draw a little line where his t-shirt will be, comes all the way around underneath that chin, right? Then what I'm going to do is put a little curve for his top. So sort of the torso, upper area is there, and the torso comes out here. So that t-shirt comes out around that way, and it comes back around like that there. Just going to double that line up. It's like a slightly thicker line, just there. Cool. Now he's got a hand here which is holding onto a handlebar, and a hand here which is holding on to like a handlebar of the contraption as well. So I'm going to pop in that hand here. I'm just going to put a little curve right by that line in the neck. Come down and go 1, 2, 3. And around that, I'm going to draw a little line for the start of the handlebar around there. And there's a little thumb there. Let's just colour this bit in with the ink. Just there. There's a little slight rectangular part around that. We can pop that in there. And then what that lets me do is draw the t-shirt coming back upwards this way. Like that. There's a little hint of the t-shirt just underneath there. And then I'm going to go and do the other fingers here, and hand and t-shirt. So his t-shirt comes out this way. That's just going to be a line coming out over here and around like that. Now right by up here, I'm going to draw a curve. So from about here, nice little curve for his hand to a thumb. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 fingers again then. And what we can do is just draw the handlebar again. So I'm just going to draw a little line around that underneath the fingers. Colour that in. And we'll just draw another little rounder mechanism around that. Just under here, I'm just going to draw the rest of his arm. That just comes down like that. Let's just work down to where the legs are. I'm going to draw his shorts coming down here, so they just curve in a bit from the torso and pop out around here. On this side, it will come down this way here and in. He's got this little green seat which is in the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to come down, yeah, probably around to about here. I'm going to draw a little seat contraption going around the edge there, along to about here. It's almost like 3D'd up, so I'm just gonna draw a little couple of lines to pipe it for an edge. And now I've got that in, I'm gonna come over from the side here. It's just a little line on this side, draw a little line there, and then I can draw his legs. So I've got a couple of lines coming down, 1, 2, a couple of lines here, 1, 2, and then we can just put a little piping gap around these where his boots start. Just gonna top up the edge there, just maybe just draw in a little bit coming over those shorts. And then I can draw his shoes. I've got 1 foot coming out here, 1 foot coming this way. So I'm gonna bring my pen out here, bring my pen out there, join it up, little curve, and then just another one because he's got a little sole of that shoe. On this side, the heel comes down this way here. The front of his shoe sort of curves down this way, so curve down there, join it up, another little line to join it up there, and he has got a little circle on his shoes right there. There's a little gap here. All I need to do is just follow that line so it curves around and bring that line in, and I've got that mid part done now. Now these handlebar areas, I'm going to bring them out, so we're going to start building that machine area. So we've got a handlebar coming out here, around there, it kind of comes to a pipe area about here. This then, there's a nice little pipe area coming down this way, there's a little crease in it here, just put a little line, and then what I can do is just draw a curve there of the seat, Maybe we've got this little bend coming around a little bit there. And then I can go up here, I can draw this pipe coming up even further, so it sort of comes up sort of this way here, just draw a little curved bar. There's another one coming over, sort of around here, come all the way down this way here, and around to about there where the foot is. There's a little pipe going behind him as well, so I'm just gonna draw in a couple of lines of that pipe going around. And this then goes around, curves up there, around to the other side too. There's a little curve in it about there. Now this handle just comes out around this way here to about this point. Then we draw a little curve around and then just join it back up. And then what I can do is just draw a pipe coming down here, curving around by a short area, and we can just put a line in there and there. It's coming together now. There's a little wheel on this side, so I'm gonna just sort of draw in a nice kind of chunky wheel coming around this way here. You see a little bit of almost like a little chip out of it that's a bit yellow, so just there. Maybe just a hint of an edge of the wheel here. And you know what? I can just go in, colour that wheel in, just ink it up. I think that'll help. On this side, I've got the wheel coming out over this way. So what I'm going to do here is sort of from about this point, come outwards, bring your pen right out, curve it around there. Then what I'm going to do is just sort of pipe that wheel around this way here. You sort of see a little bit in the middle of it. I'm just going to pop a little dot there, maybe a couple little spokey lines. Again, there's a little chip out of it, so I'm just going to just draw a little chip there, and then you know what, the rest of it, we can just ink it in. Okay, yeah, it's quite a tricky one, this one, but worthwhile. And it does have a couple of pipes coming up from the back by the wheel here. So I've got one pipe sort of coming up this way, two lines, curve it around, maybe there's a little bit there, a couple of little dots. Up here it kind of comes up sort of this way, so I must go backwards a little bit, so curve it around there. Another little bit popping out of there, a couple of little lines, little circles, sorry. There we go. Now I've got that bit in, I'm going to draw these little arms. It's got two little arms coming out here, so I've got like two lines coming down here, 1 and 2. This kind of comes down to a little curve, a little circle part. So just round it here and we'll just draw in a little circle there. Then this goes up to his arm, so I've got a line coming out here, down. This goes all the way up to about here, curve it around, back down there. We'll just block it off there with a line, and we're gonna go draw up this way now. Just draw up the forearm to about here. There's a little circular element for the wrist, so what I'm gonna do is draw a couple of little curves like that. Boom, boom. Back round, join it up. And then you've got a nice little hint of little fingers, so I'm just gonna pop some little curves. One coloured, one not. There we go, just like that. Maybe a little thumb there. Right here, there's almost like little flames coming out, so I'm just gonna do a curve here and up. And then what I am gonna do then is just ink this bit here. And I'm gonna go up this middle bit, just block it in there. Just for detail, I'm gonna pop a line up there, and then I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna come over this way. So this is a similar sort of thing. I've got two lines coming down from this wheel area. So one here, curve it around again like that. Draw a little circle in the middle, just like that side. Then I'm going to come around this way. This side, I think actually it's a bit more of a little curve. So 2 little curves like that, just block it in. And then I'm going to come up the middle bit here, along, down, bring it out a bit to here, curve it around. We've got this wrist bit of the forearm. We're just going to come up this way, curve it around there. Then again, I'm going to draw a little curve coming around like that. And then these little fingers. So I'm just going to pop some little black sort of oblongs in. Maybe there's a little thumb there and then a couple little bits of pipe work. That's all we need to do. Little line in there. And then again, we've got this little flame area or colour in later. So I'm just going to put a little V. And I'm just going to block that in. So we've got a nice area that's all distinguished with the inking here. And that's good because it's really quite an intricate picture. Now, as we move down to the torso, we've got the hip area here. So I'm going to actually just draw a little curve right there, which is like the hip area point. And I am going to just colour that in with the ink. Like a little bar, just to differentiate sort of Bart's seat with the hip. Now this comes under, probably around here. I'm just going to draw like a line bar here, bring it up either side, maybe a couple of little curves. And then he's got these joints either side. So I'm going to come out and just curve around, just draw a little circle. Then in there, I'm just going to draw a little curve. On this side of this curve is going to come around this way. So come out a bit first and draw a nice curve around like that and in. I think that's all we need to do. Now on this side, I've got one long leg here. So I'm going to bring my pen down. Nice line here. Nice line there. Just curve it. Maybe it's piped just up here. And then on this side, I'm going to just bring it out down to about there. And then come around, curve it around here. Bring it down. Then we've got like almost like a flashlight area here. So I'm going to draw big old circle. Now this comes in to the leg area around here. It's sort of capped with a couple of little bars, so just a couple of little lines, so it's strapped in. Then I'm going to draw another little circle for the flashlight. And then either side of that is these little circular bar bits. So on this side, I'm going to do a circle here. So and a line up here and a circle up this way and in. I'm going to pipe it there and I'm going to pipe it there and I'm going to draw a little circle in the middle. On this side, again, we've got another little circle there. Bring it along here. Curve it round. So you've got this like little tube cylinder going on. Again, we can curve around here, curve around there. There is on this side another little line. And we're just going to draw a little circle in the middle here. Cool. Okay. As we go down, he's got these big old guards on his shins. So I'm going to, it's almost like a little shield. I'm going to draw a little line across the bottom here. I'm going to come in and come in down this way. Just bring them together. On this side, I'm going to come across here. And I'm going to come down, just curve it a little bit and across. And comes in a bit more this side, I suppose, down, join it up. And these have got flames on too, so I'm just gonna draw a little lick of a bit of fire going on around that. And the same here, a little curve, a little lick of fire sort of coming up to colour in later. And above that, I'm gonna just block in Nice bit of inking again. Okay. Now, at the back of these, we've got a little bit of metal, so I'm going to bring my pen to here and in, bring my pen down here and in. Just going to put a few little lines in there. And then I've got these cool sort of bar bits that are the feet. So what I'm going to do is come out from here. I'm going to go out, down, across, diagonal up, back, and then just pipe it. So come around it nice and thick, around like that. And then below it, we can just draw 2 lines like that, come along underneath, and there's a bar that comes out this way, and we can just join that up there. And then we've got a little wheel hint just underneath it, so just draw a little hint of a curvy wheel around it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. On this side again, I'm going to come outwards this way, so just bring your pen out, down, bring it across, up. Let's go back to the end here, curve it around, and then just pipe it nice and chunky. We've got, again, sort of like the heel area sort of pops out down here, comes to the front there, come back, leave a little gap there where we're going to go in, and then at the back here it sort of goes right to the back over this way, so it sort of goes all the way back here like that. And then we have a little curve in there of a wheel again, just blacken that bit there, and we'll just do a little curve at the back there. I think that's all the elements in. There's a little dink there, maybe another one there. Maybe we'll just join these little lines here. And you know what? There's one more little line in here, just a little bit of detail. Maybe there's just another little curve in there. And then I'm going to stop tinkering with it. I think I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. There's Bart Simpson as featured in Fortnite at the moment from The Simpsons. Let me know what you think of the skin. Let me know who else I can draw. It's a pretty cool season to be drawing from, and I'll see you again soon. All right, bye for now.